Hi, I'm Kenny Anderson, Director of Multicultural Affairs for the City of Huntsville, and welcome to Impact. Each week we bring you information about exciting things that are happening in our community, and today will be no different. I have the distinct privilege of talking with two guests today that are going to share information about an exciting entrepreneurial event that is designed to empower women. And we're glad that you're here today to hear about this because I know they're going to want to tell you everything about it and then look for your support and make it successful. Vivian DeSouza is here with us today. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you so much for having us.
It's good to have you and good to be able to talk about this awesome event that you're anticipating.
Thank you.
So we'll get to that in just a moment, but I
Okay.
also want to say hello to Victoria Griggs. She's here with us today.
Yes, thank you for this opportunity.
All right. Well, listen, I think we should start at the very beginning because
Okay.
a lot of people would not necessarily know your faces and certainly your project, which is called Women of Wisdom and
Yes.
WOW.
Right.
And then it's the Complete Woman Tea.
Yes.
And this is an event that you're planning here in the very near future in October.
Mm-hmm.
And tell us a little bit about how this vision came to be.
Sure, absolutely. Well, actually, God gave this vision to me in a dream to have a ladies' tea for businesswomen here in a local area. And Victoria and I were on our way to an event. Actually, she's my business partner. And I was sharing this vision with her. And I said, you know what? Why don't we just have a tea, a ladies' tea for businesswomen in the area? And she said, you know what? That sounds good. So we've just taken that and it's just blossomed into something beautiful. And she said, you know what? Why don't we add the complete woman to that? Proverbs 31. So it's a Christian-based business centered around Proverbs 31, which talks about the virtuous woman, the wise woman. So we're super excited about that.
Absolutely. So what's your goal?
Our goal is to empower women in the areas of leadership and entrepreneurship. We believe that all women are leaders. Some women may not know how to be a leader, regardless if it's in your home or in your church. So we want to excel these women to take it to the next level, to be the best that they can be.
Yeah, I like that. Just maximizing the potential, just being
Absolutely.
all that they've been designed to be. It's
That's
just,
right.
Just a great thing. Victoria, you're here, of course. You're more than just moral support for Vivian. Tell us a little bit about your role in this process.
Well, Miss Vivian is the CEO of WOW, the Complete Woman, and I am the CFO. So I'll give you a little bit background with me because I love creating events and doing events myself as well, but I would always do them all by myself. Had to run around and do everything, but Miss Vivian and I, we have been the perfect complement for each other. She deals with the details and I deal with the finances because we're going to make sure that balance sheet is going to balance.
I'm curious. I'm always curious because I'm an event planner too, and I end up doing it all by myself a lot of times with some help from people. But you got to understand, people are volunteers at the end of the day.
Yes.
I don't have a paid staff. I don't have a personal assistant. And so you end up, because your heart is in the thing, doing a lot for yourself. But how is it working out with you guys? You sit down and say, well, here's what you're going to do. You stand, and I'm going to stay in my lane. And Vivian, you say, here's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to stay in my lane. And do you just kind of agree on that? Do you assign tasks? Do you just have the kind of friendship that brings the glue together and make it work? How does that whole process come together? Because it happens differently for different people.
It does. Go ahead.
I say for us, it's amazing when we get together, either face to face or on the phone. It's just, and we know this is God led. He just gives us things and we just let it out, and then we just kind of agree to disagree sometimes because we're like, okay, no, that's not going to work for me. Well, let's find a different way that we can approach that. So we have that friendship and that bond, and again, with God being in the midst of all of this, it's just kind of meshed together perfectly. We could never have put this together. Only him and his spirit can do this.
So it sounds like you have a healthy respect for one another, and you have skill sets that you both bring to the resource table, and then you're able to recognize and appreciate and affirm those values in each other so that it can move forward
Absolutely.
in the process.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that's got to be gratifying itself, because that's not an easy thing to do, and it's certainly not something that people should ever presume is going to happen, because there have been a lot of things that have been startups that haven't
Oh, yes.
We know.
haven't finished the journey for whatever reason or
Yes.
another.
Exactly.
But this one, of course, is happening. Now, this event is a launch for
Yes.
your business, and
Correct.
talk a little bit about that connection, the business itself, and then this being kind of the centerpiece for launching this business. I think about ladies' tea, and
Right.
I think about words like classy, elegant. You mentioned the Proverbs 31 woman, which is a very, very special kind of person. And I know that everybody wants to feel special, but everybody doesn't always experience special.
Right.
So I imagine that part of this is the whole notion of projecting that. And you talked about empowering women. So it just kind of sounds to me like you're creating an event that has class, represents elegance,
That's right.
and seeks to empower women and really affirm for them that they are indeed special people.
That's right. And that's exactly, you said it for us in a nutshell, my goodness.
But
And
I'm the
that's
host.
exactly, but that is
I want my
exactly,
guests to tell me.
that's exactly our goal. What we want to do, something a little different, and to empower these women, to make them feel special, and doing something different in the form of a tea, and creating the atmosphere, but yet educating and informing them and elevating them to the next level in their area of business.
Yeah. Now, will this be one of those teas? Because I know that the UNCF, North Alabama campaign, has a beautiful tea that I try to go to every year. One of the few guys in the building, but hey, I affirm empowering women. There's nothing wrong with that. This is a really elegant tea. I mean, the women come in with hats and they come in dressed nicely, and you got multiple kinds of tea on the table, and the centerpieces are beautiful. I'm imagining that this is also going to be a thing of beauty.
It is.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely. It will. We will definitely have that elegance factor and the, as you said, assortments of teas, and of course, there will be foods, plenty of food that will be conducive to a tea. And then another layer that we're adding to empower the women is we will have vendors there, but we have hand-picked vendors that will actually help us do the complete woman, meaning that all of us we can't do it on our own. Most of us look at the Proverbs 30 woman as an unachievable goal, but if we lean on each other and possibly even use each other's services or even refer each other services, we can actually say, okay, this particular lady, she has the area of beauty. This lady, she has a different area that can complete the woman.
Maybe fashion.
Exactly.
Mental health. I mean,
Exactly.
Right.
So we'll have each woman, each vendor will be able to touch on, they'll have a what we call a vendor spotlight to where they can say how their particular service completes the woman.
Yeah. So really, it sounds like that's a really neat thing I think you're doing, because you're providing meaning to the vending opportunity. It's not just
Right.
vendors come one, come all. You're kind of
Right.
being selective and intentional in identifying who you want to be a part of this, because those vendors, in one sense, represent your mission as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
And ties into things. So the networking opportunity, it sounds like, is a part of that also, that
Yes.
women that come can connect to various things and learn various things. So in this tea, women will be able to, can you give me a little overview about what people can expect if they come to this?
Absolutely. In this tea, they will have the opportunity of networking with other women in the local community who have businesses and who can educate them and inform them and uplift them. We have a phenomenal speaker, Mrs. Anita Kirkman, who's going to be our guest speaker there as well, who's going to talk about leadership and entrepreneurship.
Okay, yeah, and she is the founder and CEO of Vision and Purpose
Yes,
Coaching and Training. She sounds like a very empowered person
she is.
who is designed to empower, so that should be
Right.
very exciting.
Right, it is.
We actually just went through together as business partners through one of her, what she calls her B experience, breakthrough experience, just the end of August. And when I say breakthrough, yes, definite breakthrough has happened. I know in our both of our personal lives, but I can testify myself. I've had some great breakthroughs in my life.
Now, when we say breakthroughs, of course, I can imagine what some of that might include, but I'm hearing and perhaps suggesting that we're talking about breakthroughs in terms of opportunities to challenge certain things in ways that we think and to experience certain kinds of things that can actually reveal things to us that actually help move us forward
Exactly.
in our lives.
That's right.
Exactly.
And perhaps even discard some things that are standing in the way.
That's correct.
That was my testimony. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, I had to remove some things, and through that weekend, she was able to help me see what was actually blocking me from moving to the next level. And I could say over the last roughly about 4 or 5 weeks, I've seen a change in my emotional life, my spiritual life, and even in my business.
Wow.
beautiful.
Wow. Well, that's powerful in itself, and it sounds like that would certainly be a common theme
Yes.
throughout this tea, and an opportunity for people to participate and
Yes.
experience some of the same. Transformation is one of my favorite words, and it sounds like it could be a transformational experience for people
Yes.
who come to this.
That's what we're aiming for.
All right. So, what's your long-term vision for the complete woman?
Actually, we have something exciting to share with that.
Right here, it's being revealed right here.
Well, kind of, sort of.
All right.
We're going to give you a little snippet. I'll take that one. We will be launching the nonprofit side of our Women of Wisdom, and it will be called Women of Wisdom 2. And it'll be the TOO, because we will be mentoring and really uplifting the teenagers, the high school teenagers, as well as young adults, the young ladies in college, so they can be women of wisdom also. So that's
Wow.
where the Women of Wisdom 2 comes from.
Well, that's got to be pretty exciting, because
It's
anytime you can
exciting.
have something that's as powerful as what you're talking about, and then think about it as being more than just for yourself, but
Yes.
also now sharing that with the next generation
Right.
and giving them an opportunity to experience something and really grooming them
Yes.
to be able to stand in the gap. That's very powerful.
Yes.
We're excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so we're going to leave the suspense. We will be doing some special stuff at our event on October 29th. And some of it's still developing, but that is our vision, to move forward in that. And also that will come with later on actually scholarship and everything that comes along with the nonprofit for that particular age group.
Right, right. Well, it certainly sounds like you're putting together the pieces that will help move this whole process forward in a very meaningful way that will have an impact on people's lives. And that's something we get excited about all the time.
Absolutely.
So congratulations on that. So let's once again tell people when this takes place and just basically where they can get information. We don't have to get into prices and stuff like that. We'll just kind of talk about where can they find the information, when does it take place, where does it take place, and how can they get more information?
All right, this will be taking place on Saturday, October 29th from 11 to 2. Doors will be open at 10:30 for the ladies to register and be able to mix and mingle with our vendors. And to get information, right now you can actually text WOW31 to 21777, and you will immediately get the link to be able to register for our event.
Okay, and it's taking place at the Embassy Suites Hotel?
It is, it is.
And I like that, and spa, just in case somebody
Yes.
kind of strays away from the
That's
process
right.
before or after. I'm not mad at them. I like a spa.
That's right.
So, all right. Ladies, great
Yes.
talking with you today.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right, Vivian DeSouza.
Yes.
And your title is COO?
CEO.
CEO.
Yes.
Okay, so you're the one.
Well, sure. I am the one, yes.
Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
And the CFO, Victoria Griggs. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
And it's the CEO and the CFO partnered together that make this thing the WOW.
That's it.
Women of Wisdom.
That's it.
All right, ladies, thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We hope that you've enjoyed the conversation that we've had. Women of Wisdom. Well, it should get you real excited out there. And you should definitely put this date on your calendar. That's October the 29th for the Complete Woman Tea. It takes place at the Embassy Suites Hotel and Spa. I just love that. It just sounds so relaxing. You should take full advantage of everything that this opportunity affords you. We will show information about this event on our Facebook page, which is Impact with Kenny Anderson, which we hope that you will like. And we also hope that you will check out the photos of behind the scenes stuff that happens here after the cameras start rolling, and also a video of the show that you're watching right now. We also hope that you'll continue to support this broadcast, and we hope that you'll join us again the next time when we have more information about what's happening right here and making an impact in the Tennessee Valley. I'm Kenny Anderson for Impact. I hope you have a great day.